Fans were left heartbroken by Rio Ferdinand's documentary Being Mum and Dad, which aired on BBC One on Tuesday night. The 38-year-old's documentary followed the father of three exploring ways of coping with grief, in light of his wife Rebecca Ellison's death from breast cancer aged 34 in May 2015. Viewers immediately flocked to Twitter to praise the former Manchester United star and pen their utmost respect for him documenting his difficult journey. The documentary saw Rio speak to numerous other widowers and healthcare professionals about coping with the loss of a partner, for both himself and the couple's three children. Viewers were left both incredibly touched by his story, but also impressed with his bravery in opening up about his grief with the public. Clearly a relatable story to so many, another touched viewer wrote, "I'm like Rio. After 3 years I still worry I haven't grieved properly. Or that everything will come crashing down tomorrow." It appears that Rio too had been inspired by the show, admitting he felt the documentary was the first step to feeling better, after confessing he had no desire to go to therapy. He spoke on the show about his coping mechanism to the loss, explaining that he has thrown himself into work over the last few years in order to keep his mind off the tragedy. Having talked to a number of fellow widowers about the grieving process, Rio reflected, "I don't think I've grieved properly." The widowers all seemed so clear, like they've gone through it all clinically, but I don't feel like I've done that yet. I've not given myself that time to sit down and flush everything out and go through it. I don't ever sit and dwell, and being busy helps that. I've been preparing for the day I retire for 5 or 6 years, so I had things in place I could walk into, my restaurant, foundation, and TV work. He went to admit he was grateful for his busy working schedule, adding, "I feel better when I'm working, it's my defense mechanism I suppose. I'm not in a position right now where I can sit down and chill. I don't like having certain thoughts in my head." Having thrown himself into his projects however, Rio even admits himself that her actual death in May 2015 still remains unclear in his head.